right, folks. Good morning to you, Grenada, Carrier, Cupidi, Martinique, the rest of the Eastern Caribbean, the rest of the world. Welcome to Good Morning Grenada. For today, it is Wednesday. Is it actually?
It is Wednesday.
It is. And as you can see this morning, I'm joined by the best boss in the world. Good morning.
The best boss in the world. A man should not be by himself. So sometimes he need a ride. And good morning to you, Grenada, Carrier, Cupidi, Martinique, the rest of the Eastern Caribbean. It is fantastic to be here, Gordon.
Yeah.
This morning I got up and I'm like, I need to do this more often.
Yeah.
It's nice outside at 5. Yeah. I see why you like it so much.
Of course. I wouldn't miss it. Not for
even
one
if you're
day.
dead.
Yeah, not for one day. Not for one day. I mean,
Gordon, I want to say a special good morning as well to all the returning Grenadians that are in country. Lots of folks are back home for the diaspora homecoming. Lots of activities happening. I know you're on top of it, but I see so many faces we haven't seen in a while. It's great to see so many Grenadians home taking advantage of the opportunities being presented with the homecoming.
Well, yesterday I came out up by the hospital side and I'm walking through town limping, my whole limp.
Why are you limping?
And
we ain't going to talk about it today.
We can't talk about that now. Yeah, but I had to check my almanac. I said, but August reach already?
Yeah, it look like Carnival come early.
Definitely.
No, it's a good look. It's a good look. Yeah.
And what is even more impressive for me is the initiatives, different activities that they have planned for them. The 40,000 plants, spice.
That's significant. Significant.
Yeah, and they're sharing it with Carrier, Coinpidi, Martinique as well. I like this. There's something.
Actually, tomorrow. I think it's the 25th tomorrow. It starts in Carriacou.
Right, yeah.
And I think on the 28th, it's happening here on the mainland. So I think more Grenadians. And I mean, sometimes we wait for these opportunities to happen, to get involved. But we should be doing this all the time.
Yeah.
We lost quite a bit of our spices, and so during Ivan. And I don't think right behind, and we didn't replant as we should have. If we did then, I mean, by now we would have been fine. So we don't have to wait on government. Yes, government is leading this charge, but we don't have to wait for government for things like that.
Yeah, but I love the homecoming initiative, and I also like the fact that it was said that it is going to be an annual event.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. I had my friend Terry saying that on one of the radio programs.
I didn't get that part.
Yeah.
But I liked it this year that it was happening.
Yeah.
So you registered to participate?
In the
activities.
Oh, I thought it was election you're talking about.
I thought you were talking about Carnival there for a minute. So when I say make sure you sign up for will you sign up for the March Gras?
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds like a secret still being kept. I will not probe.
Don't go there.
But the homecoming, I know they have a website. I actually registered. I haven't gone to any of the activities yet, I have to confess. But I'm keen to follow and see what is happening and how I can get involved. Because it's for everybody.
I know for a fact that Dorian in Master Control, he might be saying, we're going on with this man just upset my program.
Why Dorian could say what he wants. Dorian just come inside here and do what he wants.
The boss is the boss. That's this rule that says, the boss, rule number 1 is the boss is always right.
Right.
And rule number 2 states that in the event that the boss is wrong, rule number 1 applies automatically.
Right. I like that rule. Whoever created that rule needs a raise.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, folks, it's not business as usual this morning. Oh, by the way, Jan, I don't know if you usually get up that early to hear.
So you like to throw shade sometime, but to hear what?
Listen, I have to big up my friend. That's what friends are for, Eugene Gittins.
Oh.
You heard this thing that you
did. I did.
My goodness.
I did. He is a wonderful creator, a great musician, and he's a past employee of the GBN, as you know.
I don't call him past employee.
But he's still functioning. I should say he's a current.
His family, his GBN family.
Yeah, and he always looks out for us.
Yeah, Eugene, you couldn't have... up at the hospital yesterday, people is like, where you got this nice song? How many people calling and asking, I want to know who is that voice, Let's take a listen.
Okay.
Greetings, one and all. Welcome to GBN's Good Morning Grenada. The best way to start your day with your host, Gordon Innocent Joseph. News and information.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, that was me though. I did that for you.
I suspect.
You thought it was me? Yeah.
Because the way he kept calling me early morning and saying, check your email.
Right.
There's a surprise there. I say, it's only Janelle. Surprise.
That's me. But I keep saying you must be doing something right when people are inspired to put on a whole song for you.
Yeah.
Kudos, Gordon.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, man. That's why you do it on the morning.
Yeah, I mean, everybody, you know. Last night I was talking to a Rasta man, and he said, listen to me, man. Any man that has prayed for the world early in the morning is a good man. I said, boy, you don't know what you're saying. He said, I listen to you and you're praying for the world early in the morning. You know.
Oh, Gordon, before you get into your stuff, I saw this and I thought we needed to share it because I know that's an important route. The Traffic Department of the Royal Grenada Police Force, they were notifying the general public, in particular motorists, that the Ravine Public Road from its intersection with Mongay and Lamode Public Road will be temporarily closed. And you know that is a very, very popular route. So it's closed to vehicular traffic commencing from today.
Okay.
Wednesday 24th until further notice, right? The disclosure is to facilitate pipeline works being done in that area, and residents are being encouraged, non-residents rather, encouraged to take alternative routes for the time being.
So what's that route again?
So that's Ravine. If you come,
that's going up Montpadasa side.
No, Mongay side.
Mongay.
So as you reach the call, you're going up to Bolio side. That Ravine road.
Oh, right. The back of Caribbean Agro.
Right.
Yeah.
It's closed.
Oh, while we up there, let's say good morning, Karim Alexis.
The URL people all part of the globe.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Aaron Moses.
Call somebody from every parish at this rate.
For me?
Yeah. Go on. St. George's.
St. George's. Good morning, Janelle.
Good morning. St. David's.
Good morning, Adrian Pursuita Thomas.
St. Patrick.
Good morning, Robert White.
I was about to say.
Or Donley Alexis.
Okay, rule number 2, no politicians.
Okay, no politicians.
St. Mark.
I would say good morning to Shai. At Shai's bar.
St. Andrew.
Oh, come on. Come on.
Right now you're just showing off.
Yeah.
Right now you're just showing off.
I pride myself with this. In my more youthful years, I used to hang about. So I don't think there is any village in Grenada that I don't know. And any village that I cannot identify somebody and say, okay, I'm going in Duquesne and look for old Popes or Popine.
Right.
You know, this kind of thing. I was a straightway guy.
Right. Was. You say was.
Yeah.
Things have changed.
Oh, dramatically.
Okay.
Since I found the Lord.
Call somebody in Petit Martinique.
Kayola St. Bernard. Or the Blair family.
Okay. Carriacou.
Come on. Gaily, good morning up in Bel Air. How is Snowy and Girl? You understand what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah, what's going on?
O'Neill.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see the time is creeping by fast. It's 20 to 7 already, folks. Before you get into the morning news, though, I can't sit here and not tell you what is happening. We have Massology starting on Friday. Massology. We started Massology last year. It's a carnival program. It's a GBN platform where you have the soca stars, the calypso stars. You probably should pass through Massology. The carnival makers, they normally pass through on Massology, sharing their craft, their music, the different things they're doing for the season. The queens, it's a platform for carnival, Spice Mass. We're in the season. So Massology is starting off this Friday, 1:30, GBN TV or social media platforms. Tune in, folks. You don't want to miss it. It's exciting. You should have a lineup of artists for this Friday.
I could. That's.
No. We don't want you on the program this Friday.
I don't mean.
You should have a lineup of artists and what is happening on the program.
I don't mean I want to be.
Okay, just to clarify, we don't want you on this Friday. Maybe another Friday, but this Friday is already fully booked.
No, I don't need to be. I can get a number of artists in the studio and at this notice.
You just do this.
Yeah. Okay. As a matter of fact, there's a soca artist coming from Dominica. That his manager reached out to me yesterday and said she was in conversation with some Joseph guy in GBN, and he was supposed to get back to her and he didn't, and that wasn't so nice. I said, so you call the nice guy, you call Gordon Joseph. The other Joseph ain't so nice. I ain't calling him.
I go bring news. I go bring news.
Yes, I can't remember the youngster's name. And we had a nice conversation. And she said she's from Dominica and said, okay, what do you do? She says, I work in Carilec, Domlec.
Right.
I said, so that means you should know Mr. Sinak.
Right. That's like a version of Grenlec?
Yeah,
Dominica's version. Right, right.
I said, so you
okay.
should know Mr. Sinak. She said, yes, I report to Mr. Sinak because Mr. Sinak was one of the senior engineers here in Grenada. And he got the job as the manager of Domlec. So she said, you know Dominica? I said, yeah, man. It's so good to be current, you know, and being able to talk. It's a good thing, you understand? Let me give you a joke before we go to the news. I remembered when Miss Odette Campbell was with us and I was doing a morning shift as well, and someone had to take over from me. And just as I was about to sign off, she go, oh, Gordon, you, I forget to tell you, I want you to hold on for the next hour and do to the point.
Right.
Because we have a meeting. I say, no problem, you know me, I love this. I don't have a problem with it. Then she comes back, oh, Gordon, I forget to tell you, you have to interview the Chinese ambassador. I say, okay. And what is that interview about? Oh, the Lunar New Year.
Right.
I said, wow. I said, well, I'm doing this, so I didn't know I'm the Lunar New Year. And then I said, oh, the University of Google is in front of me. Bam! And the lady came in, man, and we're having the conversation, and I glancing, and
you're looking bright.
And I'm looking good.
And you're catching people.
She said, oh, you know a lot about the Lunar. You know a lot about the Chinese New Year.
Google has make some people look real bright.
I say, yeah, I studied it a lot. University of Google. Folks, in case you're wondering what's happening this morning, we've got a modified program. I'm blessed this morning to have Janelle Dick with us this morning.
Yes. Be very clear on the Janelle you're referring to. Janelle Dick. I am Janelle starring these days, boy.
Yeah.
I'm Janelle. Janelle doing the most.
Janelle doing good there. Doing good. I think we should do this a little more often. I kind of liking this. I kind of liking this.
Goodness, news time.
Folks, it's Good Morning Grenada. Those of you out there in the diaspora, I know you missed the direct interaction. Joylyn Barry says, I'm here watching Innocent. Have yourself a blessed day today. Happy Wednesday. Good morning, Innocent, and your host this morning. It's a blessing, my dear. I love your pink over your black. Have a blessed day. It's good to be here, but don't come to regular because of the attention might shift. You know what I'm saying?
Never. You the morning star. I'm just a passing breeze. A passing breeze. Yeah. I'm actually wearing black today, though. I needed to brighten it up a bit, but today we were laying Linda Straker, well, not to rest, but a memorial service in her honor. You know, she passed recently, and she was a stalwart in the media industry.
Yeah. Linda and I went back from the days of, I don't think you were around those time. You were born them time. And
I'm only 25, so
Milton,
careful.
It's closer than I thought. Milton Coy and George Prime and Hamlet Mark and Leslie Pierre, we formed this news network, the Grenada News Network, GNN.
Okay.
And I think that was our first encounter with Linda, and we had some other encounters in different portfolios and so forth, but may her soul rest in perfect peace.
Indeed.
Anyone who did not come across Linda, you missed an opportunity to interact with a great person.
Linda was a human encyclopedia. She a research specialist, I call her.
She must have passed.
She had a nose. She did.
Yeah.
She had a nose for sniffing out information, and like I said, she was a potong when she got something. She saw it through, and she did the research, and The fraternity misses her.
Yeah, definitely.
We lost a good one.
Yeah, but nonetheless, folks, we're going back to norm. It's 13 minutes on to 7 o'clock. At this time, we head into the morning edition of News, Sports, and the Weather. Stay with us. Don't you go anywhere.
Massology is back. We're officially on the road to spice up the Carronade.
To realize its true potential,
Here,
we
live
must
from
all be a
GBN
part
Studios
of
every
nation
Friday
building.
at 1:30
From every
p.m.
corner of the
Streaming
world,
across GBN
our
platforms,
sons
bringing
and
pure
daughters
energy,
carry the
culture,
spirit
and
of the
spice,
Spice
man,
Island in
vibes
their
straight
hearts.
to your screen.
Through culture,
Hosted by Charlton,
innovation,
powered by Graphic Sound
investment,
System,
and
featuring
service.
fresh faces and
Now
seasoned
is the
stars.
time to come
Mixology
home
is
to
where the
this
culture
beautiful
takes center
Tri-Island
stage.
stage,
WhatsApp
to reconnect with our roots,
478-8458
share
now to
our
secure your
knowledge,
spot on
to
Mixology.
inspire
And
our
don't
youth,
miss the
and to
repeat
help
broadcast
shape
at
a stronger,
8:30 p.m.
more
This is
resilient
Mixology,
economy
the
for
heartbeat of
generations to
Spice
come.
Mass. Don't
We are
miss it.
all part of the collective journey to shape the future of our nation. Together, we are building a nation we are proud of. A nation defined by opportunity, unity, and purpose. Grenada is more than a place on the map. It is our heritage, our future, our home. We look forward to welcoming you.
This summer, your plans don't have to wait. Take that dream vacation. Experience Carnival like never before. Invest in your education. Renovate your home. Or finally tackle those big plans you've been putting off. With the Ariza Credit Union Awesome August Loan, you can borrow up to $75,000 for any purpose. Dream bigger. Travel farther. Learn more. Improve your home. Whatever your goal, we are ready to help you get there. Visit any Ariza Credit Union branch. Apply today and turn your plans into reality with fast, convenient financing and the trusted service you've come to expect. Ariza Credit Union. Your financial freedom. Your future. Loans are subject to approval. Terms and conditions apply. See us for complete details.
Credit Union.
This is the morning edition of news for today, Wednesday, 24th June 2026. Coming up in the headlines, Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell invites investors as Grenada advances oil and gas plans, and capacity building initiative aims to strengthen labor relations. In the region, Guyana's Attorney General calls for partnership to protect children online. Internationally, the U.S. Senate votes to halt Iran war, and in sports, Colombia advances as England held by Ghana. The details of these and more right after these messages.
That's the sound of the future. Drive confidently with Guardian General's upgraded motor insurance policy for electric vehicles with coverage on charging equipment, replacement car key, and freight for essential parts, and more. The future is electric with Guardian General. To sign up, call 440-1585 or contact your Guardian General agent or broker today. Guardian General, live safe, live easy.
Undertaken with the simultaneous cultivation of other crops such as sweet potatoes, pineapples, coconuts, carrots, and other vegetables. Other OECS countries like Dominica and St. Vincent and the Grenadines are already at an advanced stage in white potato production, with Dominica completely cutting the import of white potatoes during the first quarter of 2026. Grenada is now preparing to advance production for better output in 2027. The Ministry of Agriculture, Lands and Forestry, ensuring food and nutrition security for
financing and mortgages to education savings, credit
Looking
solutions,
for the
and
perfect
support for
pre-carnival facts? Then get ready for Rhythm and Spice, a Rotary brunch experience happening Sunday, June 28th from 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. at Quarantine Point Recreational Park. Enjoy an afternoon of bold flavors, vibrant rhythms, and nutrition from generation to generation, featuring Sakina and the Alpha One Band, plus guest artists and DJs. Early bird tickets are just $200 and available now on GoToFat.com. Dress code brunch chic, island elegance with spice-inspired tones. Hosted by the Rotary Club of Grenada. Proceeds support Rotary Community Projects. Rhythm and Spice
A good Wednesday morning, everyone, with the news in detail. I am Gordon Joseph and
I'm Janelle Dick.
And just want to welcome Graphics and his team from Hot 98 for joining us every morning for the news. Now, in the local developments, Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell says Grenada is positioning itself to become a significant player in the Caribbean's energy sector with plans to launch a selective offshore licensing round in 2027. Speaking at the Suriname Energy, Oil and Gas Summit in Paramaribo, Mitchell announced that the government is preparing to open portions of Tobago through offshore basin to qualified investors. We have more in this report.
Beneath our waters lies the Tobago Trough, roughly 28,500 square kilometers of largely unexplored acreage with geology that points to immense promise. We are preparing to open that promise to the world. In the second quarter of 2027, we will launch a selective offshore licensing round. And so we are inviting all of you in this room here who are credible, capable, world-class partners to partner with us. We are already doing some of the work that will make your decisions easier. We are assembling the seismic data and the technical foundation that serious investors will require.
Mitchell stressed that oil and gas development would boost, not replace, Grenada's transition to renewable energy and its commitment to climate resilience. More in this.
A transition must be real and it must be funded. And you cannot build a green economy on an empty treasury. So for a small island developing state like Grenada, the responsible development of our resources is not a betrayal of that transition. It is perhaps the only bridge towards it. And so the revenue from our waters will not simply be spent, it will be invested in solar, in wind, in geothermal.
Prime Minister Mitchell also called for greater regional collaboration in the energy sector.
In other news, the Division of Labor, in partnership with the International Labour Organization, is conducting a week-long capacity-building program aimed at strengthening labour administration and dispute resolution in Grenada. Labour officer and representatives from the Consumer Affairs Office are participating in the training, which seeks to enhance institutional coordination, improve service delivery, and strengthen conflict resolution processes.
And that concludes the first segment of news. The local segment. Stay with us, the regional and international developments, along with the sports and the weather. They're straight ahead. We head south to Guyana, where Guyana's Attorney General calls for partnership to protect children online. We've got more in this OCM News report.
Guyana's Attorney General Anil Nandlal assures government's proposed social media regulations aimed at protecting children will not give state authorities the power to intrude into private homes. The government is currently engaging stakeholders through a series of consultations as it develops the framework. The Attorney General met with members of the judiciary and legal profession in Georgetown yesterday.
Government or state agencies can't go into your homes. Children is still in the guardianship and ward of the parents. Obviously the majority of circumstances, and therefore we need partnership with our parents, we need partnership with our teachers, we need partnership with our guardians, and we need partnership with all those who stand in some type of relationship with our children.
He said although the internet provides significant benefits for education, research, and innovation, measures are needed to address the risks children face. According to the Attorney General, the proposed measures are intended to guide and manage children's access to the Internet while shielding them from harmful online influences. Guyana has retained a United Kingdom-based law firm to provide legal support and expertise.
On the international scene, the U.S. Senate backed legislation directing Trump to halt U.S. military action against Iran, the latest rebuke of the president from an increasingly restive Congress. More in this Reuters report.
The Senate voted 50-48 in favor of the resolution, which passed the House of Representatives earlier this month. It was the first time both chambers of Congress had passed a resolution directing a president to remove U.S. armed forces from hostilities, as spelled out in the War Powers Resolution of 1973, more commonly known as the War Powers Act. Tuesday's rebuke reflected growing concern even among some of Trump's Republicans about the unpopular conflict that began on February 28th. The Senate vote was nearly along party lines, with 4 Republicans joining all but 1 Democrat in favor. 2 Republican senators did not vote. The leader of the Senate Democrats, Chuck Schumer, was one of the supporters of the measure.
Madam President, for years, Trump promised to put maximum pressure on Iran, but he ended up delivering maximum confusion, maximum chaos, maximum cost to the American people with his disastrous war. Every second this war continues, the costs to the American people go up.
While likely to remain largely symbolic, the votes were a clear setback for Trump, who until recently enjoyed nearly full support from Republican members of Congress. Trump's Republicans hold slim majorities in both the Senate and House. The measure does not get sent to the White House for Trump's signature. However, the White House has insisted the legislation is not constitutional and thus not binding.
And that concludes the regional and international segment of news. Stay with us, folks. The sporting highlights are straight ahead. Good morning, sporting fans. Soccer dominates this morning. And for those of you who are into the FIFA World Cup, well, listen to this one. Colombia has secured a place in the FIFA World Cup knockout stage after a 1-0 victory over the Democratic Republic of Congo, and that match was yesterday. Daniel Munoz scored the decisive goal in the 76th minute as Colombia moved to the top of Group K with 6 points from 2 matches. Meanwhile, England, they were held to a disappointing 0-0 draw by Ghana in Group L action. Despite dominating possession and creating numerous chances, England failed to find a breakthrough, with Harry Kane and his teammates frustrated by a determined Ghanaian defense. The result leaves both teams on 4 points and on course for the knockout stage, although the battle for the top spot in the group remains open heading into the final round of matches. England will face Panama in the final group game, while Colombia look to maintain their perfect record. And that's all the sports we've got at this time. We'll have more sports in the lunchtime and primetime newscasts. Stay with us. The weather forecast is straight ahead.
For 40 years, Answer Coatings Grenada has been part of your story. More than paint, it's pride and care in every drop. As the proud manufacturers of Sissons and Berger paint, we've protected your homes and communities for generations. Answer Coatings Grenada Limited, 40 years strong, 40 years trusted. A legacy in every drop.
folks, it's 2 minutes gone past 7 o'clock. At this time, we're joined the Met Office. The forecaster on the forecast desk this morning is Andre Charles. Good morning, Andre.
Good morning to you and good morning to listeners of GBN. And here's weather for today, Wednesday, the 24th June, 2026. Currently, the weather is fair. Winds are from the east at 14 miles per hour. Barometric pressure, 14.4 millibars. That's above normal and rising. Present temperature 27.7 degrees Celsius, relative humidity 82%. Yesterday's maximum temperature 31.5 degrees Celsius. Last night's minimum 26.7 degrees Celsius. Over the past 24 hours, 8 millimeters of rainfall was recorded, which brings the total for the month to 72.3 millimeters. Now to have a look at the forecast, that's for today and tonight. Today we expect some partly cloudy conditions with isolated showers, mainly during the afternoon. Maximum temperature 31.5 degrees Celsius. Winds east-northeasterly to east-southeasterly at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Seas moderate to slightly rough, waves up to 8 feet in easterly swells. Hence a marine advisory remains in effect. Tide to be low at 11:30 a.m. and high at 4:45 p.m. Sunset today at 6:34, rises tomorrow at 5:44. Just to repeat the forecast, about for today and tonight. Partly cloudy with isolated showers during the afternoon. Maximum temperature 31.5 degrees Celsius, and the marine advisory remains in effect. I'm Andre Charles, reporting from the Met Office. Thank you.
Andrew, just before you run off, I'm seeing that we're having a number of the waves coming in, and thanking God that so far none has been serious.
Right. Yes, definitely so.
Thank you very much, Andre. Have yourself a wonderful day, you and your entire team.
Yes, thank you.
Folks, a reminder that the weather forecast came to you with the kind compliments of Rennick & Thompson Company Limited.
Everyone, here is an invitation to join me this and every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. on GBN Television 711 K105 FM, our Facebook page and YouTube channel for Kaiso Talk. Meet the Kaisonians, hear their stories, feel the vibes. Kaiso Talk, Wednesdays 8:30 p.m. Compliment.
And to end the news, a recap of the headlines. Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell invites investors as Grenada advances oil and gas plans. And capacity building initiative aims to strengthen labor relations. In the region, Guyana's Attorney General calls for partnership to protect children online. Internationally, U.S. Senate votes to halt Iran war. And in sports, Colombia advance as England held by Ghana. That's the morning edition of news for today, Wednesday, June 24th. I'm Janelle Dick, and
I am Gordon Joseph. Yeah. Surprised that that's my name?
I'm not.
Okay. Folks, on behalf of the entire news department and all those who made this newscast possible, like we said, Janelle Dick with us this morning. I'm Gordon Joseph, and wishing you a safe and productive day. It's going to rain, so walk prepared for rain. Graphics and the team from Hot 98, thank you so much for joining us as always. Have a great day now, everybody. Bye-bye.
We search for brilliance, looking far, asking wide, not realizing it's been right here all along. Makers, storytellers, dreamers shaping color, rhythm, and vision into something only Grenadians can create. But for too long, we've been working in the dark, hidden, overlooked, out of reach. Until now, Goka's Creative Directory brings everyone, creatives, businesses, and the community into one connected space. Find the artist who understands your vision, the jeweler whose craft speaks for itself, the storyteller and musician whose work reflects who we are. Visit us at creativeaffairs.gov.gd. Your next collaboration is only one search away.
Are you ready to take your business to the next level? At My5, we say let's go. My5 provides micro and small loans tailored for entrepreneurs just like you. Whether you need new equipment or extra stock, our terms are fast, easy, and built for your success. As a responsible lender, we will ensure that our services are affordable and at the same time promote growth and sustainability. Visit us at the corner of Halifax and Cross Streets or call 435-1122 or 435-1123 or 24. My5, empowering your business, enhancing your freedom. Looking to shop online from your favorite stores like Amazon and Shein? With GPC Global, it's never been easier. Get your very own US address and shop from around the world. With GPC Global, you can order the latest trends and must-have items, all delivered straight to Grenada to your closest post office for your pickup. We offer the cheapest rates and our service is reliable and quick. No more waiting for weeks for your packages. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. Join the Grenada Postal family today and start shopping smarter. Visit us online at www.grenadapostal.com or call us on 437-POST. That's 437-7678. GPC Global, your gateway to the world.
For Grenada to realize its true potential, we must all be a part of nation building. From every corner of the world, our sons and daughters carry the spirit of the Spice Isle in their hearts through culture, innovation, investment, and service. Now is the time to come home to your beautiful Tri-Island state, to reconnect with our roots, share our knowledge, to inspire our youth, and to help shape a stronger, more resilient economy for generations to come. We are all part of the collective journey to shape the future of our nation. Together, we are building a nation we are proud of, a nation defined by opportunity, unity, and purpose. Grenada is more than a place on the map. It is our heritage, our future, our home. We look forward to welcoming you.
This Emancipation Weekend, freedom takes the sea. The Media Workers Association of Grenada invites you aboard Unscripted, the Freedom Edition. Friday, July 31st. Step into an unforgettable night of music, vibes, culture, and connection aboard the ultimate summer cruise experience. Meet your favorite media personalities, party under the stars, and celebrate freedom the unscripted way aboard the Ecstasy. Boarding is at 7 p.m., sailing at 8 p.m. Dress code freedom chic, bold, stylish, unapologetically you. Tickets are limited and going fast. Get your tickets online at GoToFet and at recognized ticket outlets. Unscripted, the Freedom Edition, because the best stories are the ones you never planned.
right, folks, it's now 13 minutes gone past 7 o'clock. Janelle, do you know Troy Paul?
You mean Sergeant Paul?
Sergeant Paul?
Yes, we're all familiar with Sergeant Paul. He's been doing an excellent job keeping us apprised of what's happening on the roads.
Yeah, I'm amazed to know the number of people that meet me and say, you must ask him that for me. So many people are... And one of the things they also telling me is, tell him he could move the truck on the hill. Good morning, Sergeant Paul.
A pleasant morning to you and to our entire listening population this morning. It is always a pleasure to let persons know what is happening. And good morning again.
Good morning. I know you did not prepare yourself for that, right? Okay.
I'm sure you have to prepare anything.
Okay. What's happening traffic-wise, man?
Yeah, so this morning is rather a quiet morning in the Charlotte State of Grenada at this particular time as it relates to the movement of vehicles, especially coming to or from most of our towns and all its adjoining roads. And this morning we do have some footage which we started from the Grenada direction and focus on the St. George's area, where we're seeing here the entire south of the island. It's rather quiet at the moment. We have a light flowing traffic coming to and from the Grenada direction, as we see here. We are already in the area of the Kirani James Boulevard, and we're seeing here the traffic is light, moving, no unnecessary obstruction, no accident along that route as well. We take a closer look at the area of the Allen Francis roundabout, Reno area, the Botanical Garden roundabout. Traffic is still light and flowing nicely in that area as well. We take a look as we head up onto the Louters Lane, and we still have that similar flowing traffic there as well. So that definitely tells us that traffic is lightly flowing this morning, smoothly. For any person who's on the road, you might be the only one from a great distance. So it definitely means that you have to, you can drive freely along that area. So we take a closer look again in the area of the Lucas Street roundabout here, and we're seeing here from the Lotus Lane, it is lightly flowing. St. Paul's direction, it is not heavy. We have the moderate flowing traffic is there, and so we're seeing here that persons are coming out from that direction. Still, they have a free movement of traffic, and there's nothing to be alarmed of at the moment. As we take a drive down the Lucas Street direction to see what is happening there, and we're seeing here traffic still lightly flowing along the Lucas Street direction. And we saw that Mara still already light flowing traffic there. So far, most of the traffic at this particular time is light flowing traffic in most of the areas. So as we go down, we're seeing Old Fort. Nothing much is happening there as it relates to the movement of traffic. We take a closer look heading down to the lower part of Lucas Street there, and similar light traffic flowing there. So persons are advised that if you're traveling any one of these, you can take any one of the routes at this particular time if you're driving to get to your destination, whether you want to pass through the town of St. George or you want to take diversion onto the River Road, Marasteel, and other areas. So it definitely means free movement at this particular time. So we focus now on the area of Cherry Hill, that is traffic coming out from the western corridor, and we're seeing here light to moderate flow traffic again coming out from that direction. So most of the area have that similar traffic flowing at this particular time. But we know as we get closer to 8 o'clock, things will definitely change and the traffic state will definitely pick up, and persons, we will definitely have a heavier volume of traffic. So we're seeing here that traffic coming out from the Bolio, Grande Tang direction, light traffic as well in that area. But we still see here that now the continuous work along that area, which they should finish today, sometime today, as we see that vehicle had to take a slight diversion and to the right side of the road coming out from there. So we see that most of the areas, or all of the areas, at this particular moment, there is a light in some areas to moderate flowing traffic. Even the Calivini direction, we still have that similar volume of traffic coming out from there. So most of the areas, even as we're looking at Tempe, most in the as we have reported just 1 week ago, the volume of traffic would have been heavier. And one of the reasons, too, for the light flowing traffic, we know that school is about to come to closure, and the exams are already done, common entrance results are out. So we're not seeing that volume of traffic as we normally would see. And on a morning time where students will be heading to school, most have activities such as graduations and so forth at this particular time. One of the main reasons for the lighter flowing. And mind you, school children contribute significantly to their movement as it relates to the volume that we would have, whether or not parents dropping off or buses commuting students to and fro. We've taken a focus again in some of the areas, and it's still not much sharp change between that time. Just take a closer look at the accident rate for the past 24 hours, and we have reported a total of 12 minor accidents for the past 24 hours, and yesterday we saw we had 6. And so we see here that we have 100% increase in the number from yesterday to today. Definitely means that a lot has happened as it relates to accidents along our nation's road. It tells us that we have double the amount that we had the previous day. And at traffic headquarters, we saw 2 minor accidents. Grenville at 3, St. Paul's at 3 as well. So St. George's area was rather busy as it relates to traffic accidents, and the south had 4 minors. This tells us, so the south of the island alone, we had a total of 9 minor accidents in the south.
Saj, let me just butt in here while you're giving the accident statistics, right? As it relates to, because there's the talk around, although it happened in close proximity to where I reside, but it was brought to my attention that a minor was driving and was involved in a vehicular accident. Now, if that is the case, what sort of punitive measures are usually taken for that?
One investigation not really fully completed. Well, once we observe a minor is driving, then there's precautionary measures where we take, where you know that we have juveniles and so on, and the Juvenile Act will definitely come into play, where we apprehend the individual because it's an offense, and because that person cannot hold a driver's license, where our parents or guardian and someone from the ministry will have to be there. And I think it's up to the officer, and the process continues, and we advise from prosecutors and the magistrate as to how we go forward as it relates to the
I honestly didn't expect you to give me full details because the matter is still under investigation, but my journalistic prowess had to take shape, you know. Yesterday you promised that we would have gotten some on the statistics today. Have you been able to compile that for us?
I must apologize as it relates to this preparing since I was out of office, which is no excuse, but I would definitely have that for the program for tomorrow morning and make sure that we let the people know where our statistics lie.
If I said that close to my grandmother, she would say to me, tomorrow is not yours. Tomorrow, if it pleases God.
Tomorrow, please the Lord.
Right. Okay, as we do the wrap now, right? That diversion of traffic, the road, not diversion, but rather a road closure in Ravine. How do you expect that? How do you foresee that to affect traffic within that vicinity?
In that area, I don't expect it to be that problematic because it would not affect the villagers because they are allowed to pass through that area. Is only persons who do not have any business in that area. Well, I shouldn't say any business, but the outsiders will have to divert and take alternative routes. And we do not anticipate that you will have that heavy volume, but still we prepare for worst case scenario as it relates to the traffic in the Ravine area, because it will definitely at some point in time, once work starts, it will definitely affect commuters flowing through the due to large equipment operating from time to time. But I trust and we ask for their cooperation as we try to complete that laying of the pipes and so on, so that we would have better flowing water system in the entire south of the island.
Okay. As we do the wrap, Sarge, I'm just going to give Jan the opportunity to interact with you. You know, I know you interact, when you go to pay your tickets and so forth, but
God is trying to give the people the impression that I'm not a law-abiding citizen when I am.
Okay.
I haven't had the occasion to pay any tickets. Okay. So, but I always enjoy the information he brings, and I'm really impressed with the drone footage. We just saw almost all parts of St. George's covered.
Yeah. If they had gone one step further up north, they might have seen my boxers in my veranda.
Listen, I think on that note, we should thank Sergeant Paul for his time and his expertise this morning.
Sarge, good morning. Thank you very much. But we're not going to leave without asking the question, right? We have to create that scenario. Now, if you are texting or doing anything else while you are behind the control of a vehicle, you should be maneuvering the vehicle. But if you're texting or engaged in conversation, whether with passengers and you're not focused, then the question is,
who is driving?
Who is driving that vehicle?
Before Sergeant Paul, before you leave, I need to reinforce that point, because I see it happening too many times. People are still driving and they're making calls, and it's happening across the island, and I know we have laws against it. Remind us what the penalties are and why we're not enforcing some of these laws. Are we charging people for it?
Yes,
too often they're driving one hand on the steering wheel and one hand with a phone.
And busmen, a lot of them busmen.
Everybody, not just the bus operators.
I've seen the bus
a lot of people.
Yeah. And yes, it is one of our prevalent offenses, and we must let persons know that it is dangerous. So you driving alone requires a level of focus and attention, much less for you to be focusing on a call, or some people do text while driving. And remember, it's a ticketable offense for the private vehicles, $100, $150 for the ticket, and for the passenger buses, $500. And if the matter goes to court, and it can be charged, the figures are double for the private, $3,500. And for the buses and so on, it's $5,000 for the maximum fee.
I think as we wrap here now, Sarge, I think one of the shortcomings, all right, one of the reasons why we see so many people playing around with the law is because they're not being enforced. You know?
I beg to defer as it relates to whatever you're saying, because as I said, it was one of the prevalent offenses. But persons tend to do what they want, and if you want to play around statistics, then we can go down that direction and see the amount of offense that has been committed for that particular offense, and we can have.
Okay. All right, Sarge.
I accept the challenge.
You know what? You visited me last year. Or is it last year? Late last year. You came and you sat with me for an hour on my conversation. We'll make that arrangement and just have some traffic matters, a more thorough, in-depth conversation one of these days, all right?
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to that conversation as well.
Thank you very much. It's been extensive this morning, but it was worth it. Thank you. Have a great day to you and your department.
And you and your entire team at the GBN, and also the drone coverage team.
Okay. All right, folks, that's it for the traffic report. We take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we've got the Money Wise program with Ariza. Stick and stay with us.
Well,
Jan,
this is where I leave you as well. You have more important discussions coming up.
Of course.
It was absolutely a pleasure being here with you, I have to say.
Yeah.
We'll do this more often.
Yeah, we need to.
We need to. It was fun. I haven't been on radio in a while.
Yeah. And maybe we could even be more creative and invite Godfrey to sit and chat with us.
That's going to be a conversation. Yeah.
Godfrey, take on that challenge.
Good morning, man.
Yes, good morning.
Bye, folks. Thanks for having me.
Folks, we'll be back after these messages. Money Wise with Ariza comes up after this. Don't you go anywhere.
Life doesn't stand still. It moves. It grows. It asks you to believe in what's next. Your first car, business you build. The future you choose to invest in. Life moves in steps. When you're ready to take the next one, we're here to help you move forward with banking solutions designed for life. From vehicle financing and mortgages to education savings, credit solutions, and support for your growing business. Republic Bank, ready for life, every step.
Distributed by Echo Blue Limited. Visit us on the Lansopine Main Road or call 405-4818.
Inviting all who missed the performances of Lucy's Straw Hat, as well as all who are visiting for the Diaspora Homecoming. Come out and enjoy the final staging of this spectacular piece of Grenadian theatre on Friday, 26th June, 7 p.m. at the Gateway Conference Hall at Point Salines.
I tired of cuckoo and flying fish. Well, I'm going to take the flying fish wings and stick it in the cuckoo and call it flying cuckoo and fish.
Lucy's Straw Hat, a moving drama written and directed by Christy Riggs and inspired by the mysterious disappearance of the Island Queen schooner.
She must be a doctor someday.
Does she want it badly?
She wants it badly. You're developing a criminal mind. Richmond Hill making sign for you.
Lucy's Straw Hat. Admission $75. Tickets available at GoToFet or at the door.
We Island Queen God, the mystery of the island.
This summer, your plans don't have to wait. Take that dream vacation. Experience Carnival like never before. Invest in your education. Renovate your home. Or finally tackle those big plans you've been putting off. With the Ariza Credit Union Awesome August Loan, you can borrow up to $75,000 for any purpose. Dream bigger, travel farther, learn more, improve your home. Whatever your goal, we're ready to help you get there. Visit any Ariza Credit Union branch. Apply today and turn your plans into reality with fast, convenient financing and the trusted service you have come to expect. Ariza Credit Union, your financial freedom, your future. Loans are subject to approval. Terms and conditions apply. See us for complete details.
Welcome to MoneyWise, your guide to wise financial decisions, made possible by Ariza Credit Union. Welcome to MoneyWise, your guide in the diaspora, possible by Ariza Credit Union. Welcome to MoneyWise, your guide to... Good morning.
Welcome one, welcome all. It's 28 minutes after, not after, but on to 8 o'clock. And I'm joined, if she's here anytime soon again, she would be a co-host of mine, Miss Lawrence from the Business Support Center. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I am weller.
Yes. Good to hear that.
Yeah. It's always a pleasure having a conversation with you, and especially the discourse that we're about to have, financing and so forth, management of your finance and your businesses. All right. So, how's the business center? What traction? People, after our last conversation, have people come in and say, well, I heard you, I saw you on GBN TV, and I come to get a diagnostic done on my business.
But we haven't had much of our locals coming in yet. We are still there. We are still available. The service is still there for persons to come and take advantage of it. We haven't had much of that traction as yet. Yeah.
Why do you think so? Because we know for a fact that we see a lot of ventures going up here, there, and everywhere, and for a while they're hot and sweaty, and then they disappear because we know it's management issues. So why aren't they coming?
Well, I think a lot of entrepreneurs don't see the need for education.
Okay.
A lot of people start their business and they know they're pretty skilled at what they do.
Yeah, and they think that's it.
And they think that's it.
Yeah.
And that is where most businesses fail. Because you need the education piece, you need the knowledge, you need persons to help mentor you and support you in business. Without that, many a times the businesses would fail.
Yeah, definitely. Now we want to talk primarily on youth entrepreneurship this morning. All right. Now, how does entrepreneurship create the opportunities for young people? Right. And not just young people, how does it promote itself, promote self-sufficiency, and contributes to the economic development of the country?
Right.
Youth. We have a very youthful population.
Yes, definitely. So I think the entrepreneurship is a very key area for young people. What it does, it provides them the opportunity for, of course, without them being able to find a job. Yeah, some people are home for years after school, and obviously they can't find a job. So youth entrepreneurship is somewhat of a way out. Right. I didn't want to use the word way out, but it's also an option. Yeah. So I shouldn't say a way out. So
it's a way up.
Yeah, and it's a way up as well for our young people. So I think it's very important that our government and financial institutions and so see that as important and give support to a venture that the youths and so would want to get into. Whether it's one youth or people come together as a group, I think that's very important.
Yeah. I remember many years ago, well, maybe not so many, but a lady who's like my mom, and I'm saying good morning to her now, Miss Clarice Charles.
Yes.
She was in active politics at the time, and I was trying to get into teaching, getting back into teaching. And she said, why you want to come back and teaching? Why don't you go and start your own business? Right. Why you have this slave mentality that you have to work from 8 to 4? And a lot of people who are very qualified, qualified enough to operate their own business, but they just feel comfortable dressing and looking nice and going and sitting in an office for the day and get
a salary. Yeah, but so we have persons like that. You see, to be an entrepreneur, you have to be a risk taker. First of all, nobody's handing you when you walk in or to begin your business. There is nothing that says people have to come to buy from you.
Right.
So you are taking a chance. Yeah? And a lot of people, even in their own lives, they don't like taking chances. Yeah? So starting a business, sometimes it's chance taking because you don't always get support, whether it's from public, whether it's from government, or whether it's from financial institutions when you go to get monies to start the business. Because many a times you have an idea and it gets them there because you don't have the finance to do it, or people think that you're crazy to even think of something that, like whatever you want to get into, maybe it has never been done. I remember years ago, my husband and I, we started an internet cafe, and that time internet now became a thing in Grenada, and we tried to get financing in a number of places, and we were asked, where is the history? Where is the template they're looking for now to benchmark that against what you're going to do. So a lot of times it's a challenge even to get started. So most people dump their idea, and sometimes they're great ideas if you do explore it, and just settle for employment.
Yeah, right. And that leads me, to a very important part. Now, so what are some of the key steps, right, in transforming a business idea into a viable enterprise? Firstly, including business planning, market research, and identifying customers' needs, creating that niche market sort of.
Right. So usually when you go to a financial institution, they ask for a business plan. And a business plan, just as when you're going to build your house, is something to help guide you, and you would need that. A lot of time people don't want to take the time to prepare a business plan. They would give it to somebody to do, and they don't know how to do it. But if you sit as a business owner and just maybe write a few paragraphs, a few pages of what you want to see that business look like at the end, that would help. So definitely having a plan for your business, just as we have a plan for your life, a plan for your home, maybe plans for your children, you definitely need a plan for the business. Where do you want the business? Where you want it located? Is it online? Is it face to face? Who are the customers that you want to attract, the ages? So you have to take the time to do that, because again, you're just setting up yourself for failure. So imagine, trying to build a house with no plan.
Yeah.
You start on the ground floor, and when you realize you're on the second floor, you want to go higher, but the ground floor is not solid enough to take more stories. Exactly. The foundation of business. And sometimes people maybe through share luck, and so sometimes start the business even without a plan. But even though you started, I would say still take the opportunity and prepare. You may not call it a plan, maybe a document, maybe just a way forward for your business, because that helps.
Roadmap kind of thing.
Definitely a roadmap, and we would help with that. We do help with business plan. We also help with training people on the next steps for your business, because sometimes persons get stuck. They just know what they know, and that's
reach a crossroads, and they reach at a crossroad and they don't know where else to go. It's left, right, center, up or down.
Yes. Yeah. So I would suggest you definitely need that in order to help the business grow.
Okay. There are always, especially for youth, right, young people getting into business, there are always this apparent roadblocks.
Right.
One of the things, like you just said, the history. If you're a young person and you're starting a business, what history do you have about the business?
Yes.
All right. I know you're looking for a prototype or something, but who does that?
Yes.
Okay. So we have. What are some of the barriers that we have as it relates to that?
Well, definitely it would be experience. So one of the barriers definitely would be experience. But I want to let young people know, don't let that stop you. One of my suggestions to overcome that would be, if you're interested in a particular type of business that you want to do on your own, I would suggest get employment in that area first. See how that business or that activity, whatever you see, how it works. So under that, you have some experience. So don't just go cold turkey and start it on your own. But you could go in, get a job in that particular area, that field.
To what you would.
And get the experience. And even through that exercise, you may be able to find some things that maybe that business is not doing, that you could capitalize on when you start your own venture. So I would want to suggest, don't let your inexperience limit you in terms of what you want to do. But as a suggestion, just find employment with somebody. You had to grind 2-3 years. It's okay. You won't die. You would get some experience. You get some learnings. You learn some discipline, because that is what employment and business ownership allows you to do. You have to have discipline. You have to show up and all this.
Especially in the private sector.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, in the private sector, you work.
You work. You have to
work for the money.
Yeah.
All right. So, from the business center's perspective, right? Do you have any support services for young entrepreneurs?
Yes, we definitely do. Just as we mentioned in the early part of the conversation, we do have the free business diagnostics. We also have, as I mentioned, we have the business planning. We do a lot of seminars, training, workshops for leaders. Because obviously, if you're a business owner, you're definitely a leader. Your team would be looking towards you for leadership or guide on the next steps for where they want to go. So we do have training, we have courses with business management and so on. So there is training, there is support for young people in that area.
Tam Sisi's graduation is either just gone or it's coming up soon, and a whole number of young people will be heading out into the workforce or into the world of business. And of course, that key component of that business is startup capital.
Yes.
Financing. How can you advise them?
Well, I know sometimes the government has programs. I cannot speak specifically to what is available, but I know they do have programs for youth, maybe persons who start in businesses or who are already in business and need extra support. The credit union, I'm sure, I'm not speaking out of term for Ariza, but I'm sure Ariza and other credit unions would have support for persons. GDB, I know, had some support. And also, I would say, go to maybe a nice rich uncle, auntie who have money in the bank, doing almost nothing. Offer them some stake in it. Or even, as I say, start a job, get a job, save up some monies and start there.
Okay, so on from a riser's perspective, now what if a riser had a representative here? You're representing for them, but like a member, a staffer at a riser, they would tell you is establish a relationship with them.
Yes.
All right, and they will guide you through. They have got what Miss Marquez and Mr. Whiteman would tell you. They have financial technicians that will guide you through the processes on how you can get financing, what you can get, when you can get it, and how you can implement it. So that's just the plug for Ariza there. They've got this resourceful people that can guide you through. So if you're about to start a business and financing is a concern of yours, go talk to one of them.
Yeah, as I say, that's options. You have a number of options. As I say, the government, they have. As I say, you might have an aunt or an uncle who have a little money that you can start something. Yeah.
And of course, if you want to get it right, then you go to the business center.
Definitely, yes.
And so that you get all your ducks in a row, so that when the business starts, it's headed in the right direction.
Definitely.
It's always a pleasure talking with you, Miss Lawrence.
Certainly.
I owe you a visit.
Yes.
I promise I will visit.
Yes.
Mr. Whiteman would like me to visit you.
Yes. So, Business Support Center, we're located opposite the Bruce Street Mall. That's right near the tunnel. You'll see the nice big sign there. And our number is 439-2724. And we also on Facebook. We have WhatsApp. So, give us a call and we'll give you the relevant information. So, we're hoping to see you, young as well as old. It's not too late. Once we're above ground, we should be able to make an impact.
I like that. Once we are above ground, I like that phrase. Yeah, once you're not a tuber, once you're not on the ground.
Yes.
All right. So, Miss Lawrence, thank you once again.
You're welcome,
it's always a pleasure talking with you. So resourceful as you're coming from the Business Resource Center.
Yes.
So you're very resourceful.
All right.
Folks, that's it for the Money Wise program. We'll take a quick commercial break. When we get back, we talk steel pan. My dear friend, the Honorable Claudia Joseph is with us. We'll be back after this. Don't you go anywhere.
Today's edition of Money Wise was made possible by Ariza Credit Union.
This summer, your plans don't have to wait. Take that dream vacation. Experience Carnival like never before. Invest in your education. Renovate your home. Or finally tackle those big plans you've been putting off. With the Ariza Credit Union Awesome August Loan, you can borrow up to $75,000 for any purpose. Dream bigger, travel farther, learn more, improve your home. Whatever your goal, we're ready to help you get there. Visit any Ariza Credit Union branch. Apply today and turn your plans into reality with fast, convenient financing and the trusted service you have come to expect. Ariza Credit Union, your financial freedom, your future. Loans are subject to approval. Terms and conditions apply. See us for complete details.
Do you know you can lower your electricity bill by changing the way you do laundry? Front-loader washing machines are designed to reduce electricity and water consumption. When upgrading, buy with this in mind. You can also lower your electricity bill by doing full loads of laundry, using the sunlight to dry your clothes, and ironing in bulk. As an individual consumer, I cannot impact global fuel prices. However, I can ease the burden of rising fuel rates by changing the way I do laundry. What can you do?
Grenlec, energizing our Grenada.
Spare your pocket, spare the earth.
Served Grenada for decades, we are the #1 and largest electrical supplier.
Hi, welcome to Sunny Electrical. How may I help?
We offer electrical wire accessories, tools, and appliances for all residential, commercial, and industrial applications, which is what we are known for. And we expanded our products with new innovative ways to modernize your home. New homeowners will be captivated in our lighting showrooms.
Some pendant lights here. These are very multifunctional because they can work for kitchens, living rooms, bedrooms.
We have a wide selection of lighting, ranging from indoor to outdoor and solar. We are also available for site visit services to assist you with selecting the perfect light for your forever home. We are located at Dusty Highway in Grenada and St. George. Sudden Electrical. Best value, expert advice, quality products. We hope to see you soon.
The Grenville Cooperative Credit Union introduces its new digital platform, managing your finances at any time from anywhere.
As a part-time student, balancing work and studies can be a real challenge. But with GCCU's digital app, these worries are no more. My parents can now remotely transfer funds to my account and I can check my balance at any time, giving me the freedom to achieve my goals.
My days can be long and tedious. With this app, I can ensure my loan is paid on time, transfer funds to someone else's account, and check my balances. I don't have to rush to do business during my lunch hour or after work anymore.
With this app, I can request checks to pay my suppliers, letters for my business transactions. I don't have to leave my farm to go stand in line.
The Grenville Credit Union digital platform. It's convenient and secure banking right at your fingertips. Download the app today from the Play Store or App Store or call 442-8602, 459-4325 or 416-8467 for further information.
In Grenada, sports aren't just a game, they're a way of life. They teach discipline, teamwork, and resilience. They inspire the next generation to push boundaries and chase excellence. That's why the Investment Migration Agency of Grenada is proud to support sports initiatives as part of our commitment to youth and national development. When we invest in sports programs, we invest in the future. We invest in the health and well-being of our youth, and we invest in broadening Grenada's reach, proudly connecting our athletes, our talent, and our nation to a global community. Together, we all go further. The Investment Migration Agency. Unlock the possibilities.
There are lots of reasons to own your future now. Lots of dreams and lots of plans. Lots of ways to own your land. With ACB by your side. Lots of ways to own with pride. Lots of chances to make it yours. Lots of ways to open doors. Lots of space to build much more. Lots of reasons to own your future now. There are lots of reasons to own your future now.
Start building your tomorrow today with a LOTS loan from ACB Grenada Bank.
There are lots of reasons to own your future now.
LOTS, land ownership, tomorrow secured.
Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back, viewers and listeners. The conversation continues. It's 7 minutes onto 8 o'clock. And as I told you, I'm joined by my dear friend.
Yes.
She's an honorable lady. The honorable, I like to call her.
Hey, you got a brain fart?
Yeah.
Morning. Claudette.
Claudette.
Let me introduce myself while he
Claudette.
collects himself.
Yeah. Just had a brain freeze.
Okay, yeah, good to be here, Innocent, my good friend.
Yeah.
It happens to us, all of us, especially as we getting up there. And you're a granddad already?
Great.
Oh Lord. Happy Father's Day, belated Father's Day to you and your excuse. Morning, viewers and listeners. Claudette Joseph, and I'm happy to be in the GBN studio once more.
So you really believe I forgot your name?
That pause there, you know, in drama and theater and thing, we call that pause a truck.
Yeah.
So that truck that went there. I figure I had a moment there.
How are you?
I'm
doing?
fine. I'm doing good. It's good.
We're here to talk about We Pan Fest on the Carnage, but I cannot have you come in my studio and just talk still pan because I know you're much more than still pan.
I know that.
Yes.
But we talking pan this morning. I'll come back and talk other things. Because you know we have a lot of things to talk about. Especially the great things happening in the town of St. George.
Yes. How is politics?
It's going good.
Yeah.
Yes, I enjoy serving the people. I really do enjoy serving the people, and I am committed to making Grenada a better place. So what I'm doing now is using this opportunity that the people and the good Lord have granted me to really try to make a difference, both in my community of the town of St. George, doing a lot of the things that I wanted to do or I thought could have been done for a long time by those entrusted with the authority to do so and have not done so, and also in my ministerial portfolios, of labor and legal affairs and consumer affairs. So I've been really working hard at trying to get some good stuff done for the people of Grenada.
All right.
Yeah.
You just celebrate, not you, but I mean your party, the party that you were aligned with, just celebrated its 4th year in office.
Yes.
What are your thoughts? I did not get your full message.
You didn't get it? You gotta go back and listen.
Yeah, I'll go back. But what are your thoughts? How do you, if you were to grade, you were a past tutor as well, past teacher. So if you're gonna grade the NDC's performance for the 4 years in office, how would you grade it?
Okay, I don't want to come across as self-serving, and naturally there will be some level of partiality because I'm in the mix, I'm in the middle, and like dash mass in the middle. Wrong with you. But I was saying to a colleague of mine the other day, if I was an officious bystander, I wasn't involved, I wasn't partisan or anything, and I had to give an objective opinion, I would say that any party opposing the National Democratic Congress in the next election upcoming can get a lot of licks.
Right. Okay.
So that's how I see it. Okay. Honestly, I think we have, to some people, exceeded expectations. Are we perfect? No. There are things that we could have done differently, I'm sure, because we are all humans and fallible. Might there be things that we promise we will do that we haven't gotten to yet? Sure. But I'll tell you something. I think this would be the first time in Grenada's history that the people are seeing there is a government that literally uses its manifesto, its contract with the people, as the reference guide for national development. Because what we've done is that we have stayed close to the promises in our manifesto from day one, because we are aware, very acutely aware, that these are the things, these are the promises that caused the people to elect us. We told you we were going to pay the pension. We told you we were going to do bi-monthly payments. We told you we were going to establish a new state-of-the-art teaching hospital. We told you we were going to revamp the education system. Minor things. We even told you we were going to set up an Office of Consumer Affairs. We're going to pay the minimum wage. And for me, as a minister, I am particularly focused on the things that we promised in our manifesto that fall directly within my ministerial portfolio. Okay. And that is why in short order we were able to put the Wages Advisory Committee in place and do all the necessaries to pay the minimum wage early in our term. That is why in relation to paying workers their pension, for the main part, the Prime Minister and myself work very closely together. And by the way, he's a fantastic guy to work with. Okay. We work very closely together to ensure that retroactive pensions were paid early. Matter of fact, we got sworn in I as a minister on the 30th of June, Prime Minister on the 24th, and our first meeting with all the unions to deal with the issue of pension was the 8th of July. Wow. So in a week, we sat down, Prime Minister, myself, I can't remember the other. Might have been another couple cabinet ministers, but as I said, it was Prime Minister and myself that really worked on resolving this pension issue. That's one of your portfolio, the Minister of Labour. Yes, and then of course the Department of Public Administration, which falls under PM's portfolio, deals directly with the human resource issues and HR issues of the workers in the public service. Okay. And so we worked really hard, and then to get the new Pension Act, we recruit a consultant with a lot of experience. Happy that I made the recommendation because I know the person and I know one of the best legislative drafters in the Commonwealth, and just happens to be a batchmate of mine from Cave Hill. So we reached out. So once we paid the retroactive pension, the next thing was to do the pension reform, and that's how we came up with the Public Sector Employees Pension Fund Act. Okay. And minimum wage, I was hands-on with that around the country with the Wages Advisory Committee, hearing the people, putting together the report, making sure that we covered the new areas like media workers and so. So I think we would score very, very high. I would just like to quote a political activist who is supporting not the NDC but the new party, the movement. Okay. And he gave, in a recent interview, he gave the NDC 10 out of 10. So I just quoted him.
Okay. All right. Okay, you gonna come back, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna come back, man.
Come back and talk with me because I can't talk to you for so short.
Right.
You know.
But we're here to talk about pan.
Tell us how's that. I remember just the other day we sat here and talk about
this pan, the same week pan fest.
Because I remember telling you, I said, so how come you have Rootsman Kelly on the show and you have me?
Yeah.
You remember that conversation?
Yes. I was on. Yes.
Just the other day.
Just the other day. So, people of Grenada. The community, the town of St. George community, the people of the town of St. George, they're very proud. And there's something that there's one thing in particular they are particularly proud of. The steel band movement. Yeah. There's no doubt that the town of St. George, that little constituency, is the mecca of the steel band movement in Grenada. In Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit-Martinique. We host 3 of the top steel bands. And in terms of competitive bands, Grenada has about 8 or 9. We have a lot of other smaller steel bands, but in terms of competitively and always constantly in the panorama and the main events, is about 8 or 9 bands. And 3 of those bands come from the town of St. George. Not the south, sorry Andy. Not northwest, no, the town of St. George. We have harps, we have dimensions, and we have wizards. And the steel band movement is one of the things that really brings the community of the town of St. George together. People are very passionate about this side, the pan side, and it's one time you see all of town out panorama night. Because who supporting harps, who supporting wizards, who supporting dimensions, and I supporting all. And I was, as the face of the government in the constituency, and as the person who represented the NDC, and a person committed to town, right, and connected with the steel band. I grew up in the harps pan house, right? Because when you're from the
wharf, actually play pan?
Yeah, I learned to play with harps. Okay. I used to play the singletella. I used to play. Okay. I don't know if I could play still.
Okay.
And I was part of the band, the first band that was launched at Keyville campus in Barbados. I was one of the players in that band. In fact, I was one of the founders. A group of us from Trinidad, St. Vincent, all pan lovers, and we got together and we formed the Pan Vibes Steel Orchestra of Keyville, and I think it's still, the last I checked, it's still going.
Okay. Oh, wow.
That was in 1991.
So you're passionate about pan?
Yeah, very passionate about pan, and very conscious of the fact that it is one of the things that builds community in the town of St. George.
Okay.
And so I wanted to do something that would bring back that old spirit of community and camaraderie, and so that I grew up with in the town, which I think in some respect we've lost. And I could only think of pan. If not pan, the other thing might have been football, or sports. So I came up with the idea, and that's the first reason, to build community in the town. So it's not just me. I'm the driver and the main person organizing behind, but the real host of the event on Sunday, We Pan Fest, is the community of the town of St. George. We, the people and community of the town of St. George, we are inviting all of Grenada, especially the ones visiting for the diaspora homecoming, all of Grenada, to come down to the Carnage on June 28th. Now, the other reason why we started Pan Fest 3 years ago was because we recognized that nothing much happens on Father's Day. A lot of hype over Mother's Day and all the activities, but nothing much.
Coming from you,
it's true. Nothing much
that's
happens on Father's Day.
Yes.
And we recognized, when I came up with the idea of doing the Pan Fest, we also recognized that the steel band movement is the men carry that steel band movement for a long time. We have a few female managers now of some of the bands.
Yes.
I think Osea, Wizards, Rainbow City. I think a couple of them now have women in management and leadership. But the truth is, the arrangers, the skippers, the tuners, the managers, over the years, men really carried and kept the steel band movement alive in Grenada. So we thought, why not merge Father's Day with Pan and honor the men in our community and in the country while celebrating the steel band movement and using that strength that we have in town to bring the community together. And as we bring the community together, we invite surrounding communities. So for example, from day one, this is the third annual PanFest, but from the first one, Co-op Bank Comancheros have been taking part. In fact, in HAPS we used to have a thing where we say, if we can win the panorama, let Cheros win.
Okay. Okay.
Because we've always, the communities of St. Paul's and the tongue of St. George, we always have close relations. We support each other. St. Paul's people always in our stuff. We always in St. Paul's people thing. And themselves, St. Paul's people. Yeah. They are parish for themselves, they like, wow,
they're funny, eh?
Yeah, if they're funny again.
funny.
They're very proud and all of that. So we PanFest. And the reason why we came up with we, it's like all of us. Yeah. We PanFest. And
you,
then
me, us.
You, me, us. And you could also pun on the word we to spell it O-U-I, like in yes.
Yes. All right.
Yes, PanFest. In fact, when we were coming up with the name, those of us who we debated whether we should use
the English
or the French.
Oh, okay.
And then we ended up with the English because we figured it would resonate more with people.
Okay.
And so we PanFest is we thing. That's how I like to say it. I mean, yes, I'm proud to have initiated it and make it happen and so, but we're doing it together. And I'm getting a lot of support from the community in making sure this thing is a success and it lives annually.
Right.
It lives. I want it to grow to become something that happens annually, even after I have departed politics. I could see it's one of the things I would probably keep doing, even after I've done my bit and moved on. The other thing we're doing for the constituency is to promote the young and upcoming artists in the constituency. Mainly from PanFest.
Right.
So it's Pan and performance.
Okay.
Pan and Calypso, Pan and Soca.
Are they invited this time?
Well, I know we have an event organizer helping us there.
Okay.
So that's between you and she. That's Miss Lashington. Chrissy, Missy, I know you're listening. Yeah, so you hear what I'm saying?
Yeah. If Missy invite me this year,
yes,
I cry.
So you see it on the screen there. We have are we on? Oh, it's showing right. Mm-hmm. So we have some of the young guys, we're missing you this year, Lasho. Lasho is usually there. So we have LED. LED is our young guy from Dabo. Always does really great music. Right? Mm-hmm. So happy to see me, neighbor.
Yeah.
Right. So,
But into them things, man.
Yeah, man. And he always great music. Right? Best Mass by Father LED. Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. So we have General PP Marshall plays this year. So we have to bring General people. Yes.
Mr. Wayne Air, good morning,
Wayne Air. So General PP would be on. And we have Tempress. Like 3 Dabo people, 3 Dabo people. Right? We have Young Perth. We have Zeal. We have Rootsman Kelly is not on this year. I used to insist on Rootsman Kelly because I had one of my favorite. That was selfishness there.
Okay.
One of my favorite Calypsonian, Rootsman Kelly. So you had to come on, Innocent. You had to come on. Chrissy, you had to fix this thing.
You had to fix that.
Young Perth. Yeah. So we have all these young artists, but what we try to do is to focus on the young, upcoming artists, and of course we have Blackadan.
Mr.
Redneck. We have Blackadan. Blackadan actually launched. He debuted his hit tune Blessing at the first PanFest.
I remember that.
Yes, that was the first time he performed it. And Blackadan is, I would call him a staple at PanFest. Because he was one of the kind of bigger artists. When we had it the first year, we reached out to, some of them, they feel certain things too big, too small for them. I talked to my manager and things now. So Blackadan, you locked into PanFest going forward.
Yeah, for time immemorial.
Because Blacka was one of the the better known artists who, when we asked him to perform, he understood the the mission and the purpose of the event, Father's Day, community. So he didn't really dig out the wise in terms of you gotta pay me day to day. He was really, really good, and he came and he really moved that aspect of it. So we're gonna have the interspersion of the artists, because we want to promote and encourage the artists, especially the artists from the constituency. Of course, we've had Rootsman. We've had Dash was there last year, but Dash is not there this year, right? So that's what PanFest is about. So we're going to have 6 steel bands, and it's growing. It's growing. First year we had 3 bands. Last year we had 4. This year we have 6.
And with the initiation of ComsPan now,
yes. Well, we have one of the steel bands that's coming this year. They were revived. The Corinthian Steel Orchestra from St. David, they are coming, and they were revived through the ComsPan program.
I stay my brand and watch them practice.
Yes, right. So Corinthians, in Tongue we have a little connection with Corinthians, because Corinthians, from my recollection, back in the early 90s, was started with the help of a senior angel harpsman.
Okay.
That is Michael Booth Cyrus. Booth, I sure you didn't know I remember that. I sure you know I remember that, right? So Michael Booth Cyrus was one of the senior guys in angel harps. And that period when Peck and Steph and those guys were trying to spread steel band, they started going into the schools and that kind of thing, early 1990s, late 80s. Booth went up to St. David's and started the Corinthian Steel Orchestra. So there's a connection between Tongue and harps and Corinthians. Right. And then, of course, years gone by, they kind of disintegrated a bit. They weren't operating. They got some pans and so from the ComsPan program. And another Tongue man, who is a Dimension / Wizards guy, Dashiki.
He's working hard.
He is the guy working.
He's really working with them.
Right.
I mean, I commend him personally.
Yes, so Dashiki, and of course Dashiki, well, everybody knows Dashiki is my boy, right? Yeah. So he is the one who's now helping to revive Corinthian Steel Orchestra. So Sunday, we will have the 3 bands from the constituency, Harps, Wizards, and Dimensions. All top bands, all former Panorama champions. We're going to have Cheros, our friend and reigning Panorama champions. We're going to have, for the first time, Rainbow City All-Stars. So you see this thing going national, eh?
Yep.
We have Rainbow City All-Stars, the current bomb champions. I was there at Pan Expressions.
And they coming for it this year?
Yeah, they blew. They blew the competition out of the water at Pan Expressions. And here the connection. A harpsman likes the thinking for them, right? Javon harps, a harpsman that arranging for them now.
But that's good, eh? That's good. It augurs well for the culture in that you don't keep it centralized. You decentralize it and spread it.
Yeah, so you see the contribution that the community of the town of St. George is making towards the steel band movement nationally.
Yeah.
Right? So we have a harpsman with Corinthian. Right now it started with a harpsman, but now it's a Wizards / Dimensions man. He's there with them. And then we have a harpsman with IMA Rainbow City All-Stars. And so we have these 6 bands. So it's Rainbow City, Cheros, Corinthians, Harps, Dimensions, and Wizards.
Okay.
So it's going to be a great show. We want it to keep growing. We want to see more steel bands emerging throughout the country. And with the wealth and depth of knowledge and experience that the 3 bands and common Cheros have, I know they would help other parishes and communities, because the steel band movement really, really does bring a community together. It really does. The children, it's something for the kids to do after school. They learn music, and music is a discipline. Why you enjoy it is a discipline. If you grow up in music, you're focused, you're disciplined. Life will be more your life is disciplined, everything. So the parents, I encourage you, get your children involved in a steel band. Let them go and learn to play pan. And you learn music theory as well when you learn to play pan. Get them in a steel band. Use the ComsPan that government has started. It's a really, really good way of ensuring that your kids are disciplined and being accountable, right? And making sure you know where they are after school. Right, because most of the bands, they have a after school program.
Yeah.
So the kids start around 3 o'clock. And so parents, for that little period between 3 and 4:35, when you're just looking to leave work and things, you know your children is in a safe space.
They're well supervised.
Right, and learning something constructive. So we want the steel band movement, we want the panorama, we want pan expressions, we want these things to grow. We want to see our artists. As you know, our government, we established a creative economy. So we want to see more artists coming up. Right, we want to see more artists breaking out like LED and Chaos, and I'm so proud that we could actually draw guys from the Tongue of St. George community. So this is something I just kind of wanted to do for us, and I'm proud. We are in our 3rd year and going strong.
Okay.
Yeah.
What time does the event start?
Event starts at 4.
Okay.
And in addition to the entertainment, the steel band and the artists, we are going to have local craft vendors, arts and craft, produce, again, looking for the people who are in the town, who do these things, with their hands. We have Mr. Pemberton. We have a few of them who make really nice things. So you're going to have from bags and liqueurs and wines and leather work and
local stuff.
All local. Yeah. So you have that kind of arts and craft. So it's a nice family event. Okay. It's a nice people visiting. It's a nice place to come to get some local stuff to go back with.
Right.
Locally
and
made.
It coincides well with the.
It's just coincidence that it happened because we, as I said, Father's Day. We were supposed to do it on Father's Day, and then the party had the celebration on Father's Day, so we had to give away. So that's why we're on the 28th this year. But next year, God's willing, we're going to go back to Father's Day. So it's going to be a great event. It starts at 4, and the Commissioner of Police has given us up to 10 o'clock. We're going to go until about 10. I think we have a little grace period, but the slated time for the activity is from 4 to 10.
6 solid hours.
6 solid hours, and everybody who's attended the last 2 years commended how smooth everything runs. Similar setup as last year, so we're going to have a stage for the pan and a stage for the artists, so that when we don't have lapses in between performances,
which in my opinion is one of the shortcomings at Panorama.
Yeah, so we haven't had that, and it has worked well. So when the steel bands are setting up, the artists perform.
Okay.
Right, and then of course, like in the previous years, we're going to have special recognition and so for the fathers. I look forward to it. It's growing. Last year we had a really nice turnout, better than the year before, and hopefully again this year it's going to grow.
Yeah.
And we want this to become a national event where the town of St. George, the people of the town of St. George, open their arms widely and welcome everybody else from all over.
So it's similar. You would like it to be something similar to the Rainbow City Festival as it used to be.
As it used to be, right? Where the St. Andrews community would come. We all grew up going up to Rainbow City, and it was such a wonderful activity.
I don't know if you remember the days when Rainbow City Festival used to interfere with Corpova in Barbados.
Yes, people used to leave and come to Rainbow City, and we have great a depth of culture in Grenada. We have a great sense of community that we don't showcase. I just want to showcase the sense of community that we in the town of St. George have.
Okay.
Because when you hear Panorama comes around, the whole community is behind the band, and it's weeks. You're going down, you're listening to the practice. I remember the days when I could hum the entire Panorama tune, the 10 minutes from start to finish, perhaps, because you're there from the beginning, and you know all the runs, and you could tell, on the night you could tell, even before. And then what we would do is that we would drive around and everybody does it, Chero's thing. We would drive around and listen to all the competition, and then we would come back and we would tell Clarkson and them, Dimension song is real good, you know, peck over there, we don't say that, peck song is real good. And you know, so those of us who grew up with the steel band movement as being part of one of the things that brings the community together, we understand what that means. We understand how that works to help parents raise proper children.
Right.
Because the elders, you by the pan house hanging out or whatever, everybody looking out for you, right? If a little boy call you and they talking, somebody gonna say, Cynthia, girl.
Somebody you get an eye.
You get an eye.
Yeah.
Somebody say, Miss Cynthia daughter, hey, what you telling you there? You know, that kind of thing.
Go home.
Yeah, you understand? Go home. What you do outside? Go home. So that is how the community raised us. So you know, once you're in the panyard, you're safe. The bigger guys looking out, the elders, and you know, there were the days when, just like how when we have political rallies now, them parties and them think it's them that start this thing about giving out t-shirts. It's not them. It's the steel band movement.
Right.
The political parties learned that from the steel band movement. Because when Panorama,
you give out your jerseys.
To
your squad and support.
your home and your 8 t-shirts coming in our house religiously, and they know all the sizes. So everybody put on their clothes
and come down.
And you come down. And you know, when Harp started to play, you had to leave the bleachers and go down on the ground.
That was part of the plan.
That was part of the thing, and everybody does it, right? Okay. A few years ago, they gave me a Dimensions t-shirt. I did not get a Harps t-shirt. I got a Dimension t-shirt, so I put on my t-shirt and I go Panorama away. I still have enemies, you know.
That's how deep it is. Yeah.
But one of my sisters, she gave me one because I say hello.
That's what I get.
Yeah, well, good. Yeah. And remember, right now, I supported everybody.
Yes.
Because everybody had to support me.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But no, over the years, you know, you build really close relationships with some of the managers and members and players of all the steel band. I mean, Blaze and I were real good, you know. And then you can call on them for other things, so that when Christmas time I have a dinner for the seniors, I could rely on Blaze.
Yeah, Blaze come and play.
To come and play. I could call, you know, any one of the guys from one of the steel bands to come and entertain the seniors. You understand? And this last Christmas there, LED came.
Right.
So I got 2 for the price of 1. He played pan, you know, Eddie's a pan man. Yeah. So he played and then he sang for the seniors and thing, and we had a really nice time. Okay. So it's a vibe, it's a community thing, and I believe in building community. I believe in a community getting together and doing things that will help build stronger bonds.
Okay.
And so that is what We Panfest is all about. We Panfest.
Well, Ms. Joseph, I want to wish you all the best as always. And yes. I know, as you said, when the time comes, if you so feel like bowing out of the political arena, you can look back in your rocking chair or your hammock and say, look at that crowd.
Yeah.
That's Claudette's brainchild.
Yes. And I could see, I was saying to my team the other day, you know, the Panfest is something I could see myself continuing to do and be involved with even after, because it's a genuine, I think it's something that would genuinely bring the community together. Yeah. So Tongue of St. George, we are hosting the rest of Grenada, Rainbow City All-Stars coming, Corinthians, Steel Orchestra's coming, Chero's coming down with the crowd. You know, Chero's don't go without the move nowhere without the people.
Yeah.
Right? And the last 2 years they had a Father's Day event, so they split. They had some came to Panfest, some went to the Father's Day. Well, this year is not on Father's Day, so I know St. Paul's coming down in full force. Yeah. So people of the town of St. George, all of you, man, woman, child, it's a wonderful event for the children, and so
a family event.
A family event. Come out together. Let us host. Let us be gracious hosts. Let people come on the Carnage, the most beautiful spot in Grenada, and and enjoy a great evening hosted by us. We're going to be on our best behavior. We're going to be nice to all our guests, people of the town of St. George, and we're going to have great fun. So come on down to the Carnage on Sunday. It's the 3rd edition of We Pan Fest, and hosted by the 3 main bands in the town, our artists, my good self, and all of you who belong to the community of the town of St. George. We're inviting everybody, and we're looking for Innocent.
Mr. Chrissy has to talk to me. Mr. Chrissy has to talk to me.
So it's going to be good. It's going to be good.
I can see that.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it and proud of something that, we can do as a community. So we want all the guys from the football and the netball club, because that's the other strong point with Tongue. Sports, netball, football, basketball, and pan. Right? That is nice.
Well, Miss Joseph, again, I say thank you for joining me this morning, and I'll see you on Sunday.
See you on Sunday.
See you on Sunday.
Yes.
Have a good one.
I see the R running there, and I see the spell angel wrong.
Really?
I know. I see the R running there on the screen.
Right.
Thank you. So see you at We Pan Fest.
See you at
We Pan Fest.
At We Pan Fest.
Thank you.
We'll take a commercial break and get back with the great carnival vibes. Don't you go anywhere.
And pure Grenadian vibe. It's all happening at the 3rd annual We Pan Fest. Sunday, June 28th from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. at the Pedestrian Plaza on the Carnage for an evening of rhythm, entertainment, and family fun. Enjoy performances from your favorite steel bands, reigning Panorama champions, Co-op Bank Comancheros, the newly established Corinthian Steel Orchestra, Republic Bank Angel Harps, River Road Pan Wizards, IMA Rainbow City All-Star, and Next and New Dimension with performances from Black and Tan, General PP, Woman Hard to Please, LED, Z, Chaos, Young Mad, Young Pert, and more. Bring the family, enjoy delicious food and drinks, support local vendors, and soak up the atmosphere along the beautiful Carnage. Admission absolutely free. Hosted by Senator Claudette Joseph and the town community. The 3rd annual We Pan Fest. Sunday, June 28th, 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. Pedestrian Plaza on the Carnage.